Okay, so we're recording. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unfinished Work, Film Lab's Unfinished Works reading of Adventures of Tomboy and Girly Girl by Keurim Hur. And we have a wonderful, wonderful cast. So, oh, I cannot minimize. Okay. So our cast includes, in the part of Nell, we have Yugia Lowe. Dahlia, we have Fenny. Madeline is played by Luana. George and All Melrose is played by James. Ashley is played by Natalie. Heather will be read by Kimberly, and I will be reading the stage directions. So we are going to enjoy the first 41 pages of Adventures of Tomboy and Girly Girl by Keurim Hur. Interior, evil robot bee cave. It's always night here. Picture every supervillain lair you've ever seen, but scarier. An improbably souped up cave, alien tech glowing ominously in the darkness with a giant Transformer-esque robot overlord. You can tell from the cape. Perched on a throne made of thorns of chrome. A slightly less giant Transformer-esque robot underling kneels before them.
Sorry, I closed the page.
It's okay. Do you want to start over? We can start over. We have a little time.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no problem. Let's start over. They can edit this out in editing.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, we'll start over.
Thank God for cameras.
Yes.
Because I'm using a tablet. Do you think it's better if I just like use my laptop? I mean, I don't know if it's. Should I just use my tablet or like a laptop?
I'm using a laptop. I guess whatever is easier for you.
Okay. Okay, I got it now. All right, cool. Let's start again. Sorry about that.
No problem. We're starting
Okay.
over again. Okay. Interior, evil robot bee cave. It's always night here. Picture every supervillain lair you've ever seen, but scarier. An improbably souped up cave, alien tech glowing ominously in the darkness with a giant Transformer-esque robot overlord. You can tell from the cape. Perched on a throne made of thorns of chrome. A slightly less giant Transformer-esque robot underling kneels before them.
We have successfully infiltrated their defenses, my liege.
Good. Are you certain you will not be found out?
The humans are far too trusting, my liege. They don't suspect a thing. I'm merely transformed like so.
Delighted. Sick.
And they place us on their breasts.
The overlord stifles a giggle. The underling is confused, but you can't really tell because of the robot face. Or maybe you can. Robot animation has really come so far.
You said breast.
What? No, not like pay attention.
Right. Tell me more of this plan. And the breasts.
The overlord snickers again.
If you're not gonna take this seriously.
No, this is totally serious.
Because I work like really hard for this plan.
No, I know. It's a good plan.
And it's really scary. I'm really scary.
Totally.
Because I can be a big scary robot thing, which is super scary, but I can be just as scary when I'm tiny little beeping.
I didn't say you can't.
But you're always making fun of me for being scared.
Can we just play?
I don't want to anymore.
Interior, Madeline's bedroom, day. The room is bright and sunny, though perhaps just as scary if you happen to be a neat freak. It's a grown-up's room, but a scattered one's. 2 7-year-old Korean girls are on the bed, surrounded by dolls and action figures. Nell wears a Spider-Man t-shirt and holds the Transformer robot. Dahlia has a pink dress and elaborate princess braids that she clearly did herself. A tiny, mean-looking bee pin lies abandoned on the ruffled flowered comforter between them. The stinger on the pin is proportional to the bee size.
It's just pretend. You don't have to be so serious.
Just because it's pretend doesn't mean you shouldn't do it right.
There is no right. It's pretend.
You always ruin everything.
That's because you always make it boring.
A knock at the door. The girls immediately fall silent as Madeline, Dahlia's mother, enters.
Hey girls, everything okay? Well, I just came to check in before my next shift. Thought I'd put dinner in the fridge so you can warm it up later, unless you'd rather order something.
That's okay.
Thank you, Miss Jung.
Of course, sweetie. I'll set up the mattress for you, hon.
Madeline exits. Dahlia hurries after her. Interior hallway, same. Madeline pulls sheets from the linen closet. Dahlia speaks in a harsh stage whisper.
Mommy, does Nell have to sleep over tonight?
You love sleepovers.
Yeah, but I'm mad.
Yeah?
She said I'm boring.
She didn't mean that.
What if I'm boring?
I don't think you are. Think I'm wrong?
You have to say that because you're my mom.
I'd say that even if I weren't.
Anyway, if I'm so boring, she should go home.
You know, her dad's not back for 3 more days, a whole week together. You've been looking forward to this all month.
Yeah, but now it's boring. She's boring.
Madeline kisses Dahlia on the forehead.
You can't hold a grudge forever, Dahlia.
Off Dahlia's stubborn defiance. 10 years later. Exterior high school parking lot, day. A flashy convertible speeds down a suburban street with the top down and music blaring. 2 football players occupy the front seats with 3 cheerleaders in the back. The girl in the middle is Nell, bright and beautiful, like the sun must rise and set on her. On either side is Ashley, blonde and terrifying, and Heather, just happy to be there. The car turns into the parking lot without pausing, nearly hitting a girl stepping off the sidewalk. This is Dahlia, a clear misfit. She has Angela Chase colored hair, thick square glasses, and novelty earbuds stemming from a Booster Gold phone case she had to get custom made on Etsy.
Watch where you're going, freak.
Interior high school hallway, day. Dahlia weaves her way through the crowded hallways, head bowed and shoulders hunched, trying to take up as little space as possible on her way to her locker. Dyke is written down the door in bright red letters. She reaches into her bag for a pack of wet wipes to clean off the graffiti. Must be Friday. Someone comes up from behind to pull her half-open backpack from her shoulder. The contents spill out onto the floor. Dahlia drops to her knees, trying to gather her belongings without getting in the way of all the legs passing by. There is a light dusting of pink glitter on the floor around her, but she doesn't seem to notice. Dahlia looks up right as Nell and her friends are walking past. The 2 lock eyes for a brief moment, but do not acknowledge each other. Dahlia looks away first. Interior high school classroom, later. Nell and Ashley, flanked by a pair of B-level henchwomen, bid Heather farewell and take their places at the back of AP Psychology. They're on their phones during the following exchange, texting entirely of gifts.
I still can't believe homecoming's on Friday.
So you said,
Look, it takes time to look this good.
maybe for you,
I'll tell you to suck it, but I hear you don't.
some of us don't have to.
Okay, princess.
And if you're really so mad, take it up with the social committee for not wanting to pay to book a Saturday. Oh, wait.
Okay, it's not my fault that the second biggest fundraiser of the year got rained out. Since when does it rain in California?
Climate change.
I thought that wasn't real.
Cute joke. Not at all terrifying.
I'm a girl, Nelly. I don't make jokes. I make sandwiches.
Nell is idly scrolling through her Instagram feed, careful not to give more likes than she gets. Without a Trish has posted a video of herself emptying a can of whipped cream into her mouth and screaming through the fluffy carnage.
It's Trisha's birthday?
Evidently, why?
Nothing. I just didn't know.
Yeah, well, no one would unless she announced it herself.
I didn't know she had the same birthday as.
Nell searches for Dahlia Jones and finds her with little difficulty. They don't follow each other. In fact, Dahlia has no followers at all and hasn't uploaded any photos. Her profile suggests she only has an account to follow others: Tessa Thompson, Greg Pak, the Van Gogh Museum.
As Stanley Tucci.
Sweetie, baby, your fixation's getting weird.
Ms. Ramirez, sharp as a tack and at least 3 times as deadly, clears her throat from the front of the class. Miss Young,
Yes, Ms. Ramirez.
care to indulge us?
Of course, Ms. Ramirez.
Interior high school hallway later. The bell rings. Students shuffle out of classrooms on their ways to the next. Dahlia walks alone, visibly unresponsive to the aggressive shoulder bumps, shoves, jeers, and slurs, both whispered and yelled after her. Still, it's a lot. She slips her earbuds out of her pocket and into her ears. For a blissful moment, she has the music to comfort her. Mr. Franklin, wearily trying his best, pulls one of Dahlia's earbuds out.
No headphones in the hallways, Miss Chung.
Yes, Mr. Franklin.
Next time, it's detention.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin.
Walking away, Dahlia untucks her hair from behind her ears to hide them as she replaces the earbuds. Mr. Franklin notices, but just sighs as he goes back into his office. Interior, Dahlia's bedroom, night. The walls are lined with bookshelves, packed and double stacked with books, boxed DVD sets, graphic novels, screenplays, ratty notebooks, and ancient mixtapes with faded labels. The floor is a soft lump of dark flannels and jeans. The desk, a refuge for a computer that, had it been sentient, would have been dumb enough to fall for Y2K. In the corner is a makeshift dollhouse of cardboard boxes and pink construction paper, shoes lined neatly outside. Dahlia lies upside down in her bed reading Silk Volume 2. There's a knock on the door.
Password. Enter.
I pay for your rent.
Enter.
Madeline, Dahlia's mother, enters with a small pack of pink mini cupcakes and a sparkly pink gift box.
What's all this?
Don't think I'd forget the day you were born. I turned down the drugs.
Biggest mistake of your life.
You don't know my life.
Dahlia stands to hug Madeline sideways, placing her book open to the page down on her desk in a masterful balancing act.
You didn't have to do this.
Sure I did. It's in a contract.
Mom,
Girl only turns 18 once in her life.
barring some kind of wondrous malfunction in the time-space continuum.
Besides, they were both on clearance.
You're so good to me.
Dahlia takes the box and sits back down on her bed to open it as Madeline begins to place candles in the cupcakes. She takes her time with this. It's adorable. Inside the box is a long pink formal dress. It's also adorable.
Mom,
What?
this is really, really pink.
You love pink.
Since when?
You used to wear it all the time.
Kind of clashes with my hair.
Says who? Teen Vogue?
They're the only ones printing anything reasonable right now.
Madeline fingers the lace on the dress like a long lost happy memory.
I just saw it and thought of you, I guess.
No, it's beautiful. Thank you, really. But I haven't worn a dress since like confirmation.
Well, it occurred to me homecoming's next week and you still hadn't bought a dress.
How did you know?
I did go to the same school as you. Nothing's changed except the funding of the arts department.
I'm not even going.
Why not?
No one's asked me or
doesn't mean you can still go.
Mom,
Why don't you call some of your friends over this weekend? Have a party, a sleepover?
I don't know. Everybody's really busy. Midterms are coming up and probably no one's even taking subject tests. And if I want to apply early anywhere,
You know, in my day, we had this thing called seniorities.
they have a vaccine for that now. We got them in second grade with the MMR.
Kids these days.
I know, science is ruining everything.
You sure you're okay with this? I should have at least gotten the full size cupcakes.
Oh, they're perfect, really. I have everything I want right here.
Interior, Nell's bedroom, same. Nell's bedroom, meanwhile, looks like it was furnished for a photo shoot and never properly moved into. The canopy bed is impeccable. The dresses in the closet organized by color. The desk so tidy it must belong to either the valedictorian or a ghost who has yet to master material manipulation. In the corner is an elaborate pink dollhouse, shoes lying neatly outside the door. Nell sits in bed watching something like Justice League Unlimited, ideally for the man who has everything. She scrolls through Instagram until she hits the all caught up banner. The next post down is Trisha's birthday video. Nell begins dialing a phone number by heart. She clicks the phone shut before hitting call. Interior, Dahlia's bedroom, same.
Make a wish.
Dahlia stares into the flame, thinking hard. She closes her eyes and blows the candle out into a blackout. Interior, Cafe Tuppence, day. It's early and empty enough that should Dahlia choose to bust her tables with earbuds in, no one will give her flack for it, which is exactly why she likes the morning shifts. The music playing in the cafe, standard indie cool, and the music playing in her earbuds, guilty pleasure pop, which she takes no guilt in, weave in and out of each other. A voice cuts through the makeshift mashup.
Hello. Hey, freak show.
Dahlia hastily removes her earbuds and finds herself looking down at Ashley's perfect pouty face. Heather sits with her, apologetic.
My egg and cheese breakfast muffin has like no cheese in it.
I'm sorry.
Do you mind?
I mean, I don't make them or anything.
Wow, can't do this extremely simple task either. Such a surprise.
Gosh.
No, like I can make a sandwich. We just get them like pre.
Ashley,
Tom, the manager, is at least 10 years out of high school, yet still falling over himself to get on the prom queen's good side.
Tim,
Tom, it doesn't matter. Just call me what you want.
whatever. One of your employees was just telling me that your freshly baked pastry was actually neither fresh nor baked.
They were baked at some point.
Uh,
Plus, it's not like a selling point here, is it?
I mean, they're still like really good. Pretty good. They're good.
I'm going to make you a fresh one right now. Myself, extra cheese.
Thanks, Ralph.
Ashley flashes a terrifying, enthralling smile. Tom pulls Dahlia away from the table.
Hey, can you go make yourself scarce? Count some inventory, sort some recyclables, just something that doesn't involve you talking to people.
You're the boss, boss.
Once Dahlia is safely out of Tom's line of sight, she puts her earbuds back in. Exterior, Cafe Tuppence, later. Dahlia is hauling trash into the dumpster. The dumpster is taller than her. It's a struggle. A bee flits around her head. She doesn't pay much attention to it at first, but it starts hovering closer and won't move away. The buzzing is so loud that it drowns out her music. Annoyed, Dahlia swats at it with her hand.
Ow!
Instead of swelling, her wound is bleeding as if she has been poked by something sharp instead of stung. She looks at the bee more closely. The bee is shiny and metallic. The bee has tiny rubies for eyes and an unbroken gold stinger. The bee is not a bee at all.
No way.
As the tiny robot bee starts drawing closer to her again, Dahlia attempts to sidestep around it a few times before breaking into a run, arms flailing to swat it away. She runs straight into Heather and Ashley, who's still nursing her morning caffeine. Iced caramel coffee drink goes everywhere, but mostly on Ashley.
Ugh, what an ass.
Sorry. There's.
What? Oh my God, what's wrong with you? Is there some kind of lesbian kidnapping ring behind?
Ashley turns to stare down the alley. Nothing.
No, you're just actually deluded.
What? No, it was right
She looks. Nothing.
there. I swear it was right there.
What?
A bee. There was a bee, but it wasn't really a bee.
It's November, genius. There aren't any bees.
Wait, that's a thing?
No, it wasn't really a bee.
You literally just said,
It was a bee, but it wasn't really a bee.
I must.
you owe me a new top.
Dahlia surveys the damage.
Stop checking me out.
Okay, I wasn't.
Whatever.
Tom rushes out.
Ashley, are you all right? I am so sorry.
Forget this. I'm just going to Starbucks.
Ashley hands Tom her mostly empty, entirely sticky cup and walks off with Heather, who offers a cheerfully embarrassed wave. Tom stares after them and then at Dahlia.
You do know this means you're
Yep.
fired.
Yes, fired. Totally.
Interior, Washington Memorial Hospital. Nell and Josh walk down a hall, heading to a break room sparsely populated with high school seniors scrambling to get their mandatory voluntary hours filled by graduation.
She's looking better, right?
I forget what an optimist you are.
Come on.
No, it's sweet. I like it.
Ashley and Heather are already sitting around a table, filling out their volunteer hour verification forms. Nell leans over to Snoop.
Way to lie about being on time.
It wasn't my fault. Tell her.
It wasn't her fault.
It never is.
It was your weirdo ex-girlfriend.
What?
Dahlia.
No, I know who she means. I'm just,
We were at Tuppenance this morning and she had this like total meltdown.
Yeah, she thought she saw a bee. Did you know bees aren't a thing in November?
Yeah, they hibernate in October.
Bumble, not honey.
why do you know this? Why does everyone know so much about bees?
I don't know anything about bees.
Thank you, Heather, for being reasonable about the things you choose to know.
I think I'm just dumb.
That's pretty reasonable.
And how did a bee make you late?
She spilled my coffee on me.
Dahlia, not the bee.
I had to go change. Also, get more coffee.
Also reasonable.
Oh, you know what? I don't need to know.
Nell, hey.
Nell is surprised to see Madeline, though she shouldn't be. Madeline's been working here as long as she's known her.
Hi.
Hi. Miss Young.
Hi, Miss Jung.
There's a brief moment of awkwardness where they're not sure if they should hug or not.
I didn't know you were going to be here.
Oh, yeah, we got that speech about graduation requirements and community service hours.
Oh, yes, I remember that speech.
And we thought we should start sooner than later, so we're not working like 40-hour shifts in May.
Wise.
I guess you told Dahlia to get her hours in freshman year, huh?
God, no, she does. Says animals are easier to deal with than people.
Right.
Well, do you guys need anything?
I think that's supposed to be our collective line.
Actually, if you could sign these forms for us, that would be great.
Of course, just line them up.
Madeline signs the clipboards one by one and hands the pen back to Nell.
Good seeing you, sweetheart.
Thanks. I mean,
See you next
you too.
week.
Yeah, and for like at least 9 more after that.
Don't sound so dismayed. Time really does fly your senior year. Enjoy yourself, all right?
Sure. Thank you, Miss Jung.
Madeline exits. Greg, a boy in Nell's class, comes to lean his elbow on her shoulder.
Is that your mom?
I was muted.
Huh?
Are you an idiot?
Interior, Dahlia's living room, evening. Dahlia sits on the couch, homework spread out before her, but none of it getting done. She doodles robot bee in the margins of her notes. The sound of a car pulling up can be heard, followed by the jangling of keys. Madeline enters.
You don't know it's Saturday.
Nothing better to do. I got fired.
Oh, sweetheart.
I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing to me for?
I don't know. It just sucks.
Hey, let me take you out to dinner. Cheer you up a little bit.
Dahlia smiles, looks at her mother. She's visibly exhausted.
Let's stay in tonight. I can get us 3 kinds of American Chinese chicken, and we can make fun of the bad subtitles on whatever K-drama Netflix just got.
You sure?
I just got a coupon for free delivery and Seamless.
Oh, wonderful.
Madeline starts up the stairs, calling behind.
Oh, hey, I saw Nell today at the hospital.
Dahlia jerks up, following her mother up the stairs.
What? Was she okay?
Yeah, totally fine. Volunteering. Should have led with that.
Oh, right. No, I should have known. She seemed okay?
She seemed great. Why should she have not?
No, I mean, I don't know. Nothing like bad. I mean, I'm glad she's...
Dahlia pushes her mother through the now closed bathroom door.
Hey, Mom, do you remember that pin you used to have? Like a bee, but angry?
Oh God, yeah. You used to be so scared of that thing, remember?
Yeah.
Thought it was an evil robot in disguise, like one of those transmorpher things.
Transformers.
Oh, that.
Do you still have it?
Probably somewhere in my room. Why do you want to destroy it with fire?
Something like that. Mind if I look for it?
Sure, it should be in the jewelry box, first left drawer.
Thanks.
Interior, Madeline's bedroom, evening. If there's one thing Madeline's learned in the past 10 years, it's not how to keep her room any cleaner. Dahlia opens the first left drawer of the dresser, pulls out the jewelry box, and sets it on the table to rummage through. She pulls out a brooch in the shape of a bee. The bee is shiny and metallic. The bee has tiny rubies for eyes and an unbroken gold stinger. The bee is identical to the robot bee that chased Dahlia.
No way.
Exterior, Cafe Tuppence, day. Dahlia cautiously approaches Cafe Tuppence, one earbud in, a lighter and a can of hairspray in her hands, wearing a hockey mask with holes duct taped and a Captain America shield backpack. She's on high alert, looking for the robot bee. Starbucks is tauntingly across the street from Cafe Tuppence. Nell, Ashley, and Heather walk out, each holding some kind of pink frap contraption. Their animated chatter skids to a halt when they see Dahlia across the street.
You shouldn't be here. It's dangerous.
What?
Okay, and we're walking.
Wait, why shouldn't we?
Surprised you even own hairspray, Miss Frizzle?
Ashley, Nell, and Heather continue to the parking lot.
Seriously? That's what you find remarkable about this situation?
Your girlfriend's a freak, Nellie.
Grow up, Ash. Homophobia is so millennial.
Who's being phobic? It's cute.
Stop.
Can't believe you were ever friends with her.
We were the only 2 Asian kids in our grade for like 8 years. It's not like we had a choice. We basically owed it to our people.
You know, this is why people are always all you people about you people.
Ugh, I can't even begin to unpack how wrong that is.
Aren't you so glad you have us now?
Ashley wraps her arms tight around Nell and kisses her on the cheek, leaving a bright red mark.
Thrilled beyond all reason.
Ashley places her cup on the roof of her car as she searches her purse for her keys.
Seriously, it's been like 2 whole seconds.
Yeah, okay, whatever. You can walk home if you want.
Nell spots something and freezes.
Don't move.
What?
There's a bee.
Okay, seriously, there are no bees. It's November.
Climate change, I told you.
Where? I don't see it.
It's right. Ow!
The bee stings Nell, and once again it bleeds unnaturally. She looks at the wound in wonder and back up at the bee with something that might be fear or recognition.
Stand back.
Dahlia uses the hairspray and lighter to form a makeshift blowtorch, blasting the bee until it melts away and disappears in the flame. Ashley screams and accidentally knocks her drink all over herself. Heather stays frozen.
What the literal hell was that?
You said it yourself. How else are you supposed to defeat gold?
What?
The second issue of the Adventures of Tomboy and Girly Girl.
Okay, I don't read comic books.
But you write them.
Did you have something to do with this?
Obviously not. Heather, will you please start moving again?
Sorry.
Heather, who had been frozen this whole time, finally straightens back up.
Sorry.
My mom had that pin, the bee pin, I was scared of. So we turned it into a villain, an evil robot with an unbreakable stringer. It disguised itself as a brooch to go unnoticed in the human world.
Why are you still letting her talk?
Don't you see what's happening?
Look, all I see is some crazy chick with a flamethrower.
Blowtorch.
Whatever, I don't care. And I don't want to get involved with whatever weird psycho show you have planned. So just back off and leave me alone, you pyromaniacal freak.
Nell moves towards the car, but Ashley locks the doors.
Nuh-uh, I'm mad at you.
You can't seriously think this is my fault.
Why else would she be here?
Ashley?
You should probably give me your drink too.
Fine.
Nell shoves her cup at Ashley, just barely refraining from dumping it all over her, and stomps back into Starbucks, followed by Heather's apologetic glance.
Love you, bye. You two owe me new tops.
I got fired.
I can wait.
Ashley gets in the car with Heather, at long last promoted to the passenger seat. Dahlia watches them go. On the ground below, where the blowtorch had been sprayed, is a fine dusting of pink glitter. Exterior suburban street later. Nell walks down the sidewalk eating a chocolate cupcake with one hand, unfolding a pair of large noise-canceling headphones over her ears with the other. Someone is watching her, following after her, moving through the trees unseen. A low growl shakes the air. Nell turns around to nothing. She turns to find herself face to face with, nope, still nothing. She resumes walking a little bit faster down the quiet suburban street. Whatever's following Nell has to be more careful, get a little distance. It creeps from afar, makes use of the perfectly manicured shrubbery along the sidewalk, gains and lingers away until suddenly it collides with not Nell, but Dahlia. She's been following her. The monster in the tree-filtered light is an enormous mass of cauliflower. The whole of its skin looks like a cursed albino forest where vegan dragons and diseases lurk in every branch. Dahlia lifts her mask.
I know you.
The monster advances. Suddenly, splat, a half-eaten double chocolate cupcake hits the monster on the back of the head. It turns around to regard Nell, its face contorting in anger and pain. Dahlia pulls a water gun out of her bag and starts squirting chocolate syrup at the monster. The monster roars, not knowing which girl to attack first, and trying to shield itself from the onslaught to no avail. Its indecision is what eventually does it in, as it keeps lurking in either direction as it dissolves into a mound of chalky pale and brown goo between them. Nellie and Dahlia stare at the carnage. They stare at each other. Nell pulls off her headphones.
Defeated with chocolate, right?
You remember.
Of course I did. That one was mine.
I knew you remembered.
You followed me?
I had to. I didn't know if you were gonna deny yourself to death.
Oh my God. Wow, you're an actual crazy person.
You said that.
Why are you
You saw the bee, right?
so?
Heather and Ashley didn't.
Heather and Ashley are not the most observant crayons in the...
Observant enough to make fun of every single haircut I've gotten in the last 4 years.
all two of them?
Point being,
So, what are you saying? We're the only ones that can see these? Does that mean they're not even real? Like they can't really hurt us?
sure they can. Hurt you, didn't it?
Dahlia holds up her bee sting wound. After a reluctant beat, Nell holds up her as well.
Great. My 7-year-old imagination is trying to literally kill me.
It wouldn't be an efficient way to go. You'd have to be stung maybe millions of times to bleed out.
Thanks.
That wasn't a compliment.
I was
Being sarcastic. I know. I was joking. I joke too.
whatever.
Point remains, we're gonna have to work together.
Look, whatever's happening, you can leave me out of it.
They're coming for you too.
And I can take care of myself.
Are you always going to happen to be eating whatever defeats the monster?
I don't know, but I'll figure it out.
What's the next one?
I-
How many are there?
Does it really?
7. So you know, 7 monsters, 7 days.
Okay, maybe I just don't leave my house for a week. Big deal.
You can't do that. It's homecoming week.
Since when do you care about homecoming?
I don't, but you do. Last chance to beat Ashley for homecoming court.
This is true. Nell silently fumes.
Fine.
Dahlia sticks her hand out.
What's this?
We shake. We work together.
And that really requires some kind of physical binding contract?
Yes.
Whatever.
They shake.
It's only for the week.
Duh.
They drop hands.
Okay, so what now?
We come up with a plan.
Dahlia takes out a binder covered in superhero stickers with a rainbow of color-coded dividers. She hands it to Nell with reverence.
I tried to write down everything I could remember, but I'm not sure about the order, and we never finished writing them.
Wait, what?
I tried to write down everything.
No, oh my God, I can hear you. We never finished writing them? Why did we never finish writing them?
Summer. Camp. You went away.
Yeah, but I came back.
Dahlia shrugs frustratingly.
So we don't even know how this ends?
Maybe the whole point of this is so we finally do.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's not true. We watched Green Lantern.
Will you stop with that? What are we supposed to do if we don't even know what's coming?
I don't know. Maybe there were hints of something. We need to go to your house and find them.
Why would they be at my house?
I gave them to you before you left for the summer. Don't you still have them somewhere?
I don't know. I don't remember where they'd be. Maybe I threw them out.
What?
If we never wrote the last one, it doesn't matter anyway.
I must have had a notebook or something. Ideas, at least.
Seriously, we were 7.
Yeah, well, I was me. Some of us still are.
What's that supposed to mean? What, are you mad that I changed since I was 7? That's what people do, Dahlia. They grow up.
Yeah, they grow up. That doesn't mean they change.
That doesn't even make any...
You're not even who you are.
What would you know about who I am?
Do you want to know why we never finished? After you left? You didn't come back.
Dahlia shoves the gun at Nell and leaves her behind with the sinking feeling that she should be apologizing. This only aggravates her frustration.
Dahlia? Dahlia, you're going the wrong way. God damn it.
Nell hurries after Dahlia, following her home. Exterior, interior, Nell's house. Later. Nell's house is a tasteful mansion with a lawn too green against the white picket fence. Nell unlocks the door and walks through it without waiting for Dahlia first.
Take off your...
Dahlia is already pulling off her chucks. No reminder necessary.
Shoes.
What, do you think I'd forget?
Nell doesn't respond as she places her shoes on the rack by the door. Luckily, she is rescued from the potential awkward follow-through by a man's voice calling from the dining room.
Nellie?
Great.
Nell walks towards the dining room, not asking or waiting for Dahlia to follow. After some hesitation, she goes. Interior, Nell's dining room, day. Nell's father, George, sits at the table, laptop out front with stacks of files behind him. Nell remains standing by the doorway, speaking to him from across the room.
You're home early.
Yeah, so are you?
I had to pick up some files that got left behind. Seems if you want Seems if you want anything done right, you have to do it yourself.
You don't say.
George notices Dahlia hanging behind Nell.
Who's this?
Oh,
Dahlia from
like second grade or whatever.
I don't know if you'd remember.
No, oh, of course, Talia. Right, we haven't seen you around here in a while.
Nell scoffs too loudly for it to have been accidental. Dahlia's eyes dart from George to Nell and back again.
I just we needed to work together on this thing. Project. We'll be out of your hair now.
Sure. What's left of it.
Nice seeing you again.
You too.
Nell turns and walks out of the room without saying goodbye to her father. Dahlia follows her out. Interior, Nell's hallway day. Dahlia closes the door behind her and lets a cautionary moment pass before speaking.
Guess some things never change.
You're telling me.
At the end of the hallway is the door to the staircase leading up to the attic. Dahlia knows what it is and instinctively moves for it.
Not there.
But
I haven't been up there in years.
it's been years, so wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
Nell walks into her bedroom instead. After a brief moment of contemplating rebellion, Dahlia follows. Interior, Nell's bedroom, same. Nell's bedroom is as immaculate as ever, meaning there isn't exactly a lot of stuff to dig around. The shelves are cleanly stacked, the drawers color-coded and alphabetized with hanging folders, the boxes in the closet only holding shoes and nothing under the bed. Dahlia rummages as Nell regards the binder warily.
I told you I didn't have it.
It might be.
No,
Okay, well, can we look at your dad's study or?
not when he's in there.
Right, duh.
He'll be gone in another day. I'll look then. Not that it'll be there.
You don't know.
Why would it?
I don't know. I'm just trying to believe it's somewhere.
Well, looks like you have it pretty thoroughly covered anyway. This is... what is this? Is this literally every single fear you had when you were 7?
It's been 10 years. I could be wrong.
Are you hungry or whatever?
Interior, Nell's kitchen, evening. Nell is baking cookies as Dahlia sits on a stool, idly spinning and perusing the binder.
What do you think would happen if we tried anything new?
What, besides the imminent destruction of humanity?
I'm serious. Who says anything we do has to come from 10 years ago?
If you have a better plan for defeating the unsharpenable crayon, put my service to the test.
Is there gray stuff?
I'd say brownish gold.
Nell cracks an honest-to-God smile, but when George walks in, the room is immediately tense. Dahlia hops off the stool as Nell turns her back even more firmly on the whole scene.
Hi, sorry, are we being too loud?
Pretend you never saw me. I just came to get some coffee.
Do you need...
No, I got it.
Dahlia watches in agonizing silence as George brews and Nell furiously mixes. Thank God he uses a Keurig, so at least he's not there too long.
Have a good night, girls.
George exits. Silence prevails. The timer dings and Dahlia hops off the stool.
I'm gonna bring your dad some snickerdoodles.
Interior, George's office, same. Although this had seemed like a good idea mere seconds ago, suddenly Dahlia's not so sure. Plate of cookies in hand, she sheepishly knocks against the open door. George looks up from a mountain range of paperwork and smiles.
Oh, hey, Dahlia.
Hey, hi.
She gestures both towards the plate and with the plate almost spilling the cookies everywhere. Luckily, the crisis is averted just in time.
Wow, that was...
Impressive.
Sorry.
She sets the cookies on the desk.
Thanks.
Sure.
How is she?
Dahlia is so caught off guard, all she can do is laugh, a little hysterically.
You might be better off asking her that yourself.
You know I can't.
I mean, she seemed fine. I don't know. I don't know any more than you do.
You used to be such good friends. What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. We're just really different now.
That's the thing that baffles me. How do you go from having so much in common to...
Well, I don't know if that's true, actually. Even back then, we had like one thing in common, ever.
And you had each other.
Yeah, and I guess we had each other.
Interior, Nell's car, night. Nell drives Dahlia home. Dahlia fiddles with the radio controls. They don't talk for a while.
You should talk to your dad more.
Not every parent is like your mom.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Interior, Nell's house later. Nell kicks her shoes off as George enters from the kitchen.
Hey, Dahlia leave?
Yep.
Thought you girls might have a sleepover like old times.
We're not really sleepovers anymore.
Right.
Nell starts up the stairs, but her need to know is outweighing her need to not be around her dad right now.
Hey Dad,
Yeah?
do you remember that? Never mind.
Nell runs up the stairs. George watches her go, not sure what he did that was clearly wrong. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much to our wonderful actors for your time and your talents and for reading. Thank you, Keurim, for sharing your wonderful, wonderful script with us. And stay tuned, everyone, because we will be right up with a workshop where we will workshop this piece with the writer and have a chance to discuss. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good work, everyone. Bye.